Okay. Content warning. This is a horror game and it is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website if you need a full list of content warnings. You won't be able to save everyone, and you may not be able to save yourself. Welcome home. So I'm actually really excited about this game. I've been looking for something that kind of matches the same vibe as kind of the Walking Dead choices. But I just absolutely love the stylization of this game. I saw it on Steam and I immediately was drawn to it. I just think it looks so beautiful and I'm so excited to play it. I do not know what all this entails, so I am a little nervous on that part. I don't know what to expect, so I did not look into anything other than the art. So I'm really hoping this isn't going to be too crazy. And if it is, here's your warning. I don't know what to expect, so we'll just get into it. Or she. I'm gonna make something up. Okay. We'll do Salem. Every state has a Salem. This is so fun. Ooh. So cool. Ooh. I like this already. You know I gotta go with the talk to animals for sure. Oh. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. You jolt awake as the bus hits a partially nasty bump. You feel like you just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is. Confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence into the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You would normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Hurley Ann's Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure if he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of a one-sided conversation ago. Thank you, chat. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Wait, what? Yeah, you know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad, and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We all had a good laugh and fished her out, but her phone got soaked so she wouldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. I love that shirt. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real. And geez, You ever just get so mad that you want to, like, kill somebody? Unalive somebody? No, I've never felt that way. I've never wanted to unalive someone. You're young. Maybe you'll get when somebody tries to break your heart someday. It changes a person. Makes them think things they never thought they could. I honestly could have unalived that woman. I can't get over that shirt. Anyway, she's giving birth to her son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for— oh, the dogs. I just noticed the dogs. But I don't know if I'm gonna like that stuff. I might just wind up on the bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Wow. That's neat. Please let this man get off the bus soon, you think. You're not sure whether he could possibly take this conversation next, but you definitely don't want to find out. Yeah, people tell me I lead an interesting life. But I don't know, I'm just going with the flow. Maybe other folks don't do that enough. Oh, this guy sounds like me. For real, for real. Anyway, where'd you say you were headed? I didn't. No need to be nasty, I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. So, if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until the bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way, though come to think of it. I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up there, the Holler, you see. There's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I kind of like this already because it's kind of— I like the whole coal mine situation. I'm a big fan of Creepcast, so for the whole Baraska, when I found out about that, I don't know, there was something so good about that. So I love that there's already a coal mine being mentioned here. I want to go discover that ASAP. I've never wanted to do that thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks. But my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing there. I hope they didn't die. Phew. Lou's back on his phone for once, focused on something other than you. God bless. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles it through his backpack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Ooh, wet nuts. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Ooh. I don't like the sounds either. It's really gross. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll take— ew, it sloshed. Thanks. You're welcome. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. I'm already having so much fun. This is gonna be so good. And just like that, the stranger was gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. It breaks squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Yeah, I'm kind of curious because I have a feeling we're definitely going to see that guy. I kind of hope it's a situation where he's definitely eating boiled peanuts. And then that's how we find out that's him. Hey, Marshy. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha. And she looks annoyed to be here. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Hey, Tabitha. Come on, let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. Doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Some should be taken without advancing through the story. They can impact the relationships. Oh, I love these kind of games. I'm so pumped for that. Now she already doesn't like me. Why on God's green earth would I say something like that? I feel like no matter what, we're gonna get a nasty comment, so I feel like that's probably something I'd say. So how you holding up? Fine. I'm gonna have to do another playthrough where I actually do all the worst dialogues, because in my mind it would hurt me too bad. I think I'd vomit if I had to like pick this or something. Okay, but if that ever changes, I'm here for you, alright? Even after I go home. Sure. So the funeral, it's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Do you need any help planning? If you ever need help with errands or scheduling, feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. Hey, thank you. I'm still not going to say that, I promise. I can't believe we never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. That's true, like I'm not about to. Also, I vomit if I think someone hates me, because like that's... She already don't look like she likes me. Haha, yeah, Dead Mom Club. Jiminy Christmas. Oof. Is there bad blood between us? I'm sorry, but is there bad blood between us? All I know is that my mom left and she was mad at this side of the family, but I don't know much besides that. Your cousin stared straight ahead, expression icy. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Oh, someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Can't relate? Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. A jarring blend of opalescence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but to feel like it's something that should have been left to rot long time ago. Yeah, you couldn't catch me dead in this side of the house. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so pretty. Oh, wow. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive. each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak in their hinges. Ooh, that was good timing. And the aches of moans of the ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And the hallway, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Yeah, I think she's gonna be... Cool, thanks. Let's just get the tour over with. Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Hand-boiled peanuts. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Ooh. Ooh. You said someone actually cleans this place? Have you ever actually seen that happen, or does this person just say they didn't leave? Oh, I keep a close watch on Janie. She cleans. Maybe it's not up to your sleek city standards. Can't relate. But this is an old house in the country. Can relate. There's a level of dirt and grime that you just have to learn to live with. Yeah. Alright, sorry. Wonderful. Now that you're done insulting my kitchen, never once said anything about your kitchen. Do you have any other questions before we move on to the next part of the tour? Is there anywhere in town to buy? I might just want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town where I can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though I wouldn't be going with you. I'm just gonna take it easy. I don't even know if I can say. Je ne parle pas français, I don't, François? Oh my god, I love that. That's done so well. Of course. How typically American. I shall debase myself by speaking your tongue, but only so that I might insult you directly to your face, you uncultured swine. Haha, very funny. Her name sounds French. Stop wasting my time and let's finish the tour. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being you feel lucky to not have fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. I guess I do have standards. Ooh. It's a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. I do in fact have standards. I have learned this very quickly within 20 minutes of this run. Yeah! Ooh! Scram, fellas! The jig is up! Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. This can't. Oh. This is not much different than like a McDonald's bathroom in one of the not so great areas of town. So I guess I can hover. Let's hover. We can hover. Toilet is a toilet. Sure could be a little cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place of any. What do you do what you must to rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Yeah, I'd definitely hover over this sucker. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. 100% I would either just like hover or I would like pull out the toilet paper and cover the entire seat at least 3 times. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing up the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot. It all has it. A week of sleeping in this place might give you a permanent lung damage. Oh, just Grandma's house. That's pretty much it. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh and I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure half an hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. Oh, okay. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up. But you can use the dresser, it should be empty. I feel like she's 100% gonna read right through that. It's that is a lot. Like, I get that's a skill, but 100% I feel like that's not gonna help me here. Oh. Who used to sleep up here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. Okay, I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me, I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. I think sometimes exploring is not the way to go, because I feel like sometimes exploring is going to be the way that gets me very not liked. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Yeah! Did I do something wrong? You asked me to come to the funeral, but since the moment I got here, you've been acting like I spat in your coffee. What's going on? Was it something I said? Look, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here, but you haven't been exactly easy. What do you mean? Like, I feel like I've been the most passive person here. I'm under a lot of pressure right now. Just stay out of my hair, okay? I have work to do. Are you sure you can't take the day off? It's a special occasion. Your cousin's in town. No, some of us have responsibilities. If you think about it, though, isn't the greatest responsibility of all is taking care of your family? Oh, ha! That's rich coming from someone whose mother abandoned us because she didn't want to run the family business. And now here I am, the only person left to manage the estate, and here you are asking to take me away from my duties to hang out with you. I'm going back to work. Stay here, go into town, do whatever you want. Just keep out of trouble. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine. Hell yeah. I mean, heck yeah. I can't wait to go to the coal mine. I'm so in love with that idea. Same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom, it requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. Can I come watch? What? No, the mind is dangerous. I can't babysit you and do my job. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, this is not one of those, like... Ooh. Yeah, I didn't know we owned a coal mine. We don't own the coal mine. I own the coal mine. Your side of the family forfeited any claim to it years ago. That's kind of sad. Don't you ever think about things that you could be doing with your life that might give you a better sense of purpose than running a coal mine? Oh, look, her change in expression. We're getting somewhere with her. Some of us don't have that luxury of choice, Marshy. Some of us had to stick around to keep the family business from crumbling, to keep this town from crumbling. Some of us had to temper our expectations for how our lives were going to go. There's a simple satisfaction to getting a task done, and that's all I need. Do whatever it is you want to do while I'm gone. Just don't do anything dumb or dangerous, not while I'm responsible for you. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. Alright. We'll see. There's a lot that I need to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door, and now it's just you in this sprawling, decrepit estate. I'm gonna go straight to the PB&J. I'm a big bag. You haven't had anything to eat all day, and I am not eating those boiled peanuts. The only thing louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task, given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh the fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. I want to talk to her again. Frou-Frou hisses as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. I do not think she is going to want that. Can you tell me about Tabitha? What can you tell me about my cousin? This is the first time I've ever met her. Spare me your life story. Tabitha at least knows not to bother me. So, do you like living here? I despise small talk. What can you tell me about Pearly Ann? I never really knew my aunt. She's dead. I don't waste my time on corpses. If you won't take a hint, I suppose I'll have to take things into my own hands. Frou-Frou lunges at your hand and bites you hard. You back away. Let's see. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware, and oddly enough, the utensils. Grab a plate and a butter knife. All you need now is some actual food. Ooh. I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. It reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only for a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sites before heading home. I survived Deb's 50th. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearly Ann, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you heard from your mom, Pearly Ann wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. From the few stories you've heard from your mom, Pearly Ann wasn't the type... Okay, I just read the same part. Oh, nice! Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Oh my. Why? Okay, now I actually feel really depressed for her. Pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. This does not look like... Oh, yeah, that's definitely off-colored. The king of nut butters. And only 3% of each jar is mashed up. Oh. Janie, stay out, in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, the words, okie dokie. Okay, I'm in love with Janie. Why? And why is she only eating chocolate banana ice cream? Personally, I've never seen a chocolate banana ice cream, so that is... You open the fridge, you already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. Oh. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You sigh a breath of relief when you realize it is recent. So it was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. This is the last ingredient you need to make your PB&J. Time to close this fridge and get to work. Oh. What were you expecting? Why did you do that? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words. A liquefied mess wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. The substance doesn't even smell bad. It's just ancient. Who on God's earth, who would be eating that? Ugh. I'm gonna check the mayonnaise. You know, you probably shouldn't, but part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. You pick up the jar's label flinking in your hand. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. Best to put it back and forget you ever saw that. Oh, nasty. You return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. You know what? Make that PB&J. Despite the state of the horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations! You can feed yourself. Yay! Achievement! Live, laugh, love. Out of all that hassle, it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. I'ma go check the garden. Oh my gosh, kudos to the artist. Oh, I love this so much. It's beautiful. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Oh, it's so good. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. Oh, it's so good. It's so pretty. Yeah, I'm done here. I'm not taking her mac and cheese. I'm trying to grow that relationship, baby. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Oh, I love choice games. I'll settle. Now that you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey have started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. You've earned it. feel like you have to do this in like a specific order, because if I take a nap now, it's all my stuff is going to be left in the suitcase, and I don't know how well this one's going to be like consequence of your own actions. So I'm going to try to do this as careful and like perfectly thought out as possible. So I'm going to put my clothes in the dresser. Oh! Handsome. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. A possum lurks within. It's quiet but angry. Oh, afraid. Oh, you hold out the still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. Afraid. Death comes for Dustin. Oh, yeah. You open the top drawer next. It's empty. A good place is you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you've been better off keeping your clothes in your nice, clean bag. There's no going back now. It's gonna smell like Grandma's house. Oh. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of the closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in there. Oh. I don't know if I can read that. Of course you're sharing a room with the creepy dog. You pick it up and examine it more closely. Its foot reads property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. Close the closet behind you. Oh, I love the people who did this art. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you own this place, you totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you need to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the bird song. Absolutely. Yeah, you definitely do that. Just not right now. This must be an older relative of yours. Judging by the dates in the inscription, you've never heard of her, but you barely heard of anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. You immediately collapse into the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Yeah, that's good. It doesn't seem like there's much else for me right now. I'm not gonna do that. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. So you do just that. If you'd known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Oh, it's really pretty out here. Finally, you've made it back town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, it's probably seen better days. It still has a feeling of idyllic country town with its sidewalks that are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up in their windows with dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane as you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Gretchen, come back! Oh my gosh. Oh, she's pretty. Why do I declare? Who is a stranger, and why does it smell of peanut butter? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Oh no! Want some boiled peanuts, Gretchen? You whip out the bag and hold it in front of Gretchen. Why, yes, of course! I most certainly do! Oh, that's sweet of you, but those are probably way too salty for my little Gretch. It's nice to meet you, Gretchen. I'm Marshy. Oh my, I can't remember the last time I met a newcomer who was so wonderfully polite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Marshy. Yeah, that's a funny way to introduce yourself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face in Holler, every now and then when there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Yeah. I just got into town today. Wow, I didn't think there'd be anyone else coming. Are you staying with Tabby? What's she holding up? Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters underneath her breath. One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me. I haven't seen her since Perlan passed, or a while before that, now that I think about it. I'm sorry, but did you say Tabby? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while, so I hope she's okay. Is she always so, rough around the edges? Yeah, that's Tabby for you. I wouldn't take it too personally. I'm not sure what it says about her state of mind that she's still her same grumpy self. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even though she'd probably never admit it. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody knows everyone as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated and that was that. I haven't seen that girl or her horrible cast since I was middle-aged. Before it slips my mind, if you're staying up at that spooky old mansion, you must have met the frou-frou. How does that monster fare? I will pet her if the last thing I'll do. Yeah, I've met frou-frou. She might think she's much better than me, but I will get her to let me pet her. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually be talking to my dog, right? Alas, you've discovered my dark and terrible secret. I can talk to animals and animals can talk to me. Your dog sounds like a southern belle when she talks. Haha, yeah, of course, you're joking. You and Stella maintain a silent, awkward eye contact. Well, next time you see that devil, please send my regards. And do let her know that not only will I draw my breath, but that I very much still plan to outlive her. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee, and they got amazing biscuits. A treat. This is so cute. Bottomless coffee. Oh. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs in the air, in contrast with the empty, lightless atmosphere of the family estate. The diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patron realizes that a stranger is into the establishment. Okay, me personally, I'm very friendly and I'd be very loud about it. So, hey everyone, I'm Marshy. Just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is, and with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Hubba hubba! Hey Stella, I went and fixed you up a coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw shucks, thanks Avery. And here's some bacon for the little lady. For me? For me? Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Oh. Anything for you? How much is the coffee? $1, but that gets you unlimited refills. Cool, can you throw in a biscuit too? Sweet, I'll have a cut, thanks. And could you throw in a biscuit too? I hear they're really good. Best of the country. Avery pours a fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. You linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. I'm glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm just trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always reading adventures at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral, so it'll be a special occasion. I love old lady church potlucks. Is the potluck a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Oh, I want an old lady church potluck. Those old ladies know how to bake. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. That's a shame. I was hoping to get some service while I was here. Huh, can't say I pegged you as a God-fearing type. It's not that folks around here aren't like that, they're just not fans of the local pastor. There's just something a little off about the guy. You'll get what I mean if you ever meet him. And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? What's your angle here? My angle? I would never have an angle. She definitely has an angle. Okay, so my job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera, and it's always better when someone else is there too. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns with biscuit in tow. Is there nothing coming for me? Gosh, I wish if I had known that plate of bacon would be my only main course, I would have waited before digging in. Here's your biscuit. Minnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. You didn't have to do that. Aw. No worries, I hope you enjoy. You pick up the biscuit, it's delicate and fluffy, and it nearly crumbles in your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite and it melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Oh, that's making my mouth water. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. I'm gonna take a drink. That's making me very hungry. Whoa. Whoa, this is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, as Stella mentioned, she's famous. Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Oh, cute. I wish there was a camera. I did a little face, so just me with my finger in the corner and like, oh, yeah, twirling my hair like I'm Jesse. Hey, Jesse. Wow, that's rad. I've never met a YouTuber before. I'd love to check out your channel at some point. Aw, thanks. It's nothing much, but it pays the bills. But it's mostly a passion project, you know? She's selling herself short, Marshy. Her stuff is amazing. She hunts cryptids. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got the coal mine and the cryptids, and now I'm getting more and more excited. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. Okay, that explains the Mothman shirt, which I noticed earlier, and I thought that was kind of rad, but it just makes more sense. So the River Runner is a cryptid that is only known from a single sighting. Two Boy Scouts thought that they saw something big and weird in the Catawba. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm just gonna butcher that every time. Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But when I wound up catching this on camera, scared in the woods. Sal pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that were the case, it would at least be twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. I could still smell its stink from miles away. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm still the one who saw that thing with my own two eyes. Oh, I don't want to tell her that. I don't want to ruin her cryptid hunting. Oh yeah, totally dog. Or wait, a beaver. Hold on. Hold on just a second there. What is that? Right? My comment section went nuts with the footage, and from there it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days. I had even had actual experts weighing in. It was actually a really cool experience. And I meant the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries were missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Exactly, some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the, I hate that word, Catawba confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. I hate that word. So speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm just gonna go after the, wait, no spoilers. Oops, sorry Avery. It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around and chatting with friends. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after, I read that so wrong. I'm going after skunk ape. Ew, stinky. Ew, stinky. That's what they say. You should be able to smell it before you see it, according to some sources. Okay, but wouldn't that just be a, wouldn't that just be a skunk? Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one in her deck playing tug of war with her dog. Okay. As I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky. That sort of thing. Absolutely. I would love to come along. 100%. I would actually really love that. That's great. It's been a while since I've had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it's kind of like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika, ooh, so fun name. Kanika and Reese run around the whole woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Oh. Our videos are terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has too close out of the general store tonight. Has to close out the general store tonight. So I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese! Dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or? Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind. Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. Period. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know, she's just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for a skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man. That sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have more of a low-key hangout. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring her. Yeah, talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Reese. There's always been something off about that boy. Oh, it's Gretchen. Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. Looks like it's just me and you, pal. Is he okay? He's not feeling well, is all. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse lately. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave this house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about it really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious, you'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome, I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up to the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Reach into a pocket and pull out a crumbled $5 bill. You know, it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you got it. That's kind of what I do anyway. That's not even really a generous tip, in my opinion, but I mean, that's just me. I always try to leave like $5, even if I get like something $10, just because I've been a server before, and there's nothing wrong with one to leave anything less, but just for me personally, I like to leave like at least $5. You know. Smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Aw, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. I love the art. Oh, holy crap. Oof. Hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. I would love to live somewhere like this. This looks just so beautiful. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into the dark forest in search for monsters. You feel strangely calm. The setting sun paints beautiful colors in the sky. Fresh air fills your lungs and the pleasant songs of crickets trill around you as night descends. This is where you're supposed to be, with Stella by your side. Sweet smile on her face and Gretchen plodding along in the front without a care in the world. Period, Gretchen. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days, each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Ooh, I kinda wanna know, what's the weirdest? What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here? Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh my gosh, can they stop getting funky words? I don't like pronouncing funky words and then getting shamed for it. Tetanus? That's tetanus. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old, okay, yeah, tetanus. 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles, assorted garbage with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell what was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful. Hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Oh yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. Never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened, and it was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When it's all said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. Like the mountain lion. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any of myself. Werewolves I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there were actual people out there who turned into animals. But werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast of genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist. Because if they really are out there, jeez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity in flames. So let's hope that's all just bunk, am I right? Anyways, what's up? Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell off a cliff. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a couple months to heal. God dang. All in all, not too bad. Okay. Though I guess there was also that one time I got out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. It was making me yawn. I'll take better breaths. And And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. As if I made sure to give those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind. That's what I did, and I kept Stella company just as she would for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain. So it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was a time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. But that just happens to everybody sooner or later. I barely count it. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all considered. Let's move on. Did you hear that? Man, I really should have my camera on. I'm doing a lot of The Office looks into the camera. Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Oh, Duke, you rascal. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Whew. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now, what the hell are you looking for out here? Skunk cake. Sorry I asked. And who's this you sucker into coming with you? What a tiff. You weren't... Is that? Yep. I see. Well, welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger, another opportunity for a salty introduction. Dang it, you know what? I should have offered everybody the boiled peanuts, because now I'm thinking that there's an achievement if you've given everybody the peanuts. I'm gonna offer him the boiled peanuts. You hold out the slippery bag in front of Duke's. It's grown quite fragrant since you first put it in your rucksack. It's like the scent of old beer, but you're pretty sure that's what it's supposed to smell like. Boiled peanuts from your backpack. No, I'm all set, thank you. I'm still more than happy to take them off your hands. Now, both of y'all head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer clear from this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away a more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy. Something musky? You seen anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business. Stella, Richmond, put that damn camera down. Aw, come on, dude. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking, you know? I learned from the best. That you did, but I've yet to see the shred of proof that you listen to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens, and I lost 3 this week and can't afford to lose any more than that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But, I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now, see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the heck that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, dude, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of... Tick-tock. Don't let me say that. Are sneaky, of course, and you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting in my chickens, and it could not be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since 1990. And those were iffy. It's true. There are mountain lions out there, sure as sin. They pee on all the best trees. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by some geezer like me. You make me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. They're calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just didn't think it was plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you don't want to face a full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. Whew. It's going pretty good. I'm loving this game so far. Oh, I would never say that. We lost a couple of chickens to what we think is a bobcat, so... I don't feel like that's really my place to be. Okay, we'll go home. What? Good, I'm glad you got some sense. Stella needs somebody like that around. But I gotta film tonight. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor and who knows what that'll mean for my career. No, Stella. We should leave. We should leave and we shouldn't come back. I turn to wink at Stella and subtly as you can, she immediately picks up what you're putting down. Alright, Duke, maybe you've got a point. Come on, Marshy, let's go back to town. Maybe my viewers won't be too angry with me. Glad to hear you're finally seeing some sense, Stella. You two run along now and stay safe. Yes, of course it is. Well played, Marshy. Really threw him off the trail by pretending we were going back to town. Oh, come on, I know we can loop around without him noticing. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Truly, I actually probably would not say something like that just because I don't want to be in the woods with someone trying to hunt some cougars or... I don't want to be the one accidentally got, and I have a feeling that's where it's going to lead. And I feel like it's going to be bad. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. Oh, she's so cute. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Marshy, and I find ourselves on the high hill of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, I love the Blue Ridge Mountains. Where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very country. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're in the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. And keep digging, Gretches. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. Yeah, I try to look at the chat once in a while. I have it set up so that way I can check on them. I like to see what other people would like to say of what they would choose in this situation. I'm just picking kind of what is one of the most passive, because I think realistically I would always play it safe, which I know kind of can lead to boring runs, so I do kind of reach out once in a while, especially if a viewer says something like, oh, I've played this before, you should kind of check it out. Like, no spoilers, but as long as it doesn't lead into character death. So I don't want to lose any characters, but I also don't want any spoilers into what I can do to avoid that. So I try to make it as personable as possible, but if someone interacts with me or talks to me about some situations they've been through in terms of this, I love reading about that too. Yeah. But I figured this is a new game for me. I haven't seen anything like it, and this game has a lot of resemblance to The Walking Dead in the sense of like the spooky, the choices, and I'm a very, very big choices person. So my goal is stuff like The Walking Dead Telltale games or Life is Strange. So this is kind of like this really fun artistic view on that. I really love it. So I actually don't know anything about this game, so figured this would be a good time to start a random stream and get that going. just kind of depends on what you were thinking. Because most of the time I do my own art. So it kind of just depends. In the meantime, we'll get a take in all this gorgeous scenery. I love the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I've only been there once, but it was so gorgeous going there on my honeymoon. So I 100% saw it, and I thought it was breathtaking. The air is so clean and fresh, I feel like I'm breathing for the first time. I do some animation, but I usually don't have time for that right now. I'm in kind of working 2 jobs, so I only have like the weekends to really do that. It is. I'm glad you came out here. Gretchen has no appreciation for beautiful mountain vistas, and it gets old saying wow into the empty expanse every time I come out here. It's nice to have someone say wow with. That sounds more like a possum. Your quiet movement with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. Death has come for me at last. Goodbye, cruel world. No need to come to terms with your own mortality just yet. That's just the sound of that deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big, scary predators like us. Let's check it out. That did not sound like a deer. I've hunted so many times in my life, and that did not sound like a deer. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. Oh my god! Oh, that's so bad! A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls out her harness. Oh, that's actually really sad. Pain. Rot. Decay. A deer! Let me at him! How dare he infringe upon my dearest Stella's personal space! Let me at him! And then it's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. Oh my, it seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What must you think of me? She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping out of her harness when she wants to go after something. Great, that is going to be something future problem. Absolutely. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? There was something wrong with that deer. Did you see its face? Now that you mention it, there was something a little off. A little? I bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing, but there's not much we can do about it. Well, that got my heart rate up. I'm ready for the hunt. Same for me. How about we take a quick snack break to fuel up? Then we get right into the night's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. I'm so grateful boiled peanuts is not in here again. Hell yeah. Oh, those are good too. Ugh, I think I'm gonna take the sesame sticks. Ah, the one snack I didn't make myself. I was hoping to wow you with my cooking skills, but I guess that'll have to wait for some other time. Cooking! A delightful and tasty choice. The chips of the hiking trail. Some would say chips are the chips of the hiking trail, but only a fool would bring such a delicate, space-consuming snack in their pack, when that space could fit another bottle of water or more snacks. You and Stella settle down and overlook snacks in hand as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Gretchen gnaws a stick and distracted for the time being. I don't like that. So, tell me what it's like in Salem. Do you have a house? An apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Marshy. I live alone in a dingy apartment. It's a mixed bag. At first it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. Like I'm stuck in a closet alone and no one can come to let me out because I chose this for myself, and as far as they know, I'm happy being there. Lights flicker, the toilet is constantly backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter, and it smells like cigarettes for some reason. And it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. Not too far off from my college experience. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant, you know. How they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room. When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways? Have you tried looking for a different place or maybe finding a roommate? There's gotta be a better apartment than that in a big city like Salem. I've thought about finding roommates. Thought about finding a place with roommates, but I haven't really landed on anything yet. Maybe I'll look to it whenever I get back. Oh yeah? So what do you do for a living? I just looked at the camera again that wasn't turned on. God dang it, that's like number 5 out of 10. None of these are remotely close to what I do. I think these two are like... Yes, since I'm streaming, I'll go with that. I'm actually a streamer. Oh no way, a fellow content creator. That's awesome. I knew we had a lot in common, Marshy. So what sort of streams do you do? Video games, art, and I talk to people, so... Mostly stream video games. Well, that's cool, I have to check out your channel sometime this week. How do you like it? I wouldn't trade it for the world. Most people I met tend to raise their eyebrow whenever I tell them what I do, but I love it. May not be much, but it makes me feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I'd give up what I do for anything. First breeze passes over you, can't help but shake the feeling that you're being watched. Yeah, no dip. Scan the tree line, but whatever might be out there is nowhere to be seen. Hey, I think we're being watched. Might be the skunk ape. Do your best to pretend it wasn't watching us. We don't want to scare it off. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside of town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it. And I'm glad I can keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's sturdy as it has ever been. I wouldn't want to say that. That's better. You live alone there? Yeah, the place used to belong to my parents, but they're not around anymore, and the hollow's a small enough space that the other folk don't need their roommates. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. It's okay. You didn't know. And I've done my morning, so I don't have to watch... You don't have to watch your tongue around me or anything. Life goes on. What were they like? Did you get along? They were amazing. Two of the nicest people you'd ever meet. And interesting, too. My dad was a bit of a regional legend among hunters and trappers. He was always out in the woods on the trail of something. We certainly had some interesting dinners because of him. He had to learn to fend for himself. You see, since his family didn't have much growing up, so he learned how to hunt and trap and got good at it. He always made sure I had food and that I knew how to get it if I ever found myself too far away from the grocery store. I could make us a pretty good salad with just what's in this clearing if I had to, though it wouldn't exactly taste great. As for my mom, she was a saint, and she was a local vet. The lady all the farms in the county knew to call if their animals were in need of something. She was smart as a whip, strong as a boot, and strong to boot. Strong. Turns out pulling calves out of a 1,600-pound cow all day is a great way to build muscle. She was gentle too. Even the smallest mouse would get the proper care in her hands. I'm sure she's most of the reason Gretchen here is one of the oldest dogs I've ever met. So yeah, those were my parents. I can relate. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Oh, Marshy, that's pretty sweet of you. How are you holding up? Terribly, to be honest. It wasn't a quick death. It took years, to the point that it was almost a relief when it finally happened. Then it sank in that she was really gone, and I was utterly alone. And then the hospital bills start to come in, and so yeah, I'm not really taking it that well. Yeesh, I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. Whoa. Oh, stars, what was that? Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. Stella immediately packs her bag and... okay, yeah. Please tell me that was a raccoon. Or something. Or something, yeah. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it. And it's close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me. And let's check this out. Oh, I just love that. Oh, it's so good. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. Do stay close, Marshy. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you. Oh, it's a chicken. I love chickens. Pain. It's all pain. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. Oh. What the? What's that? Hey, hold on, I gotta play that back. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. It doesn't look hairy either, so I think we could just roll out the skunk ape. Whatever it is, it's got one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Right behind you. Let's go. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown. Gretchen excitingly pulls you along by her leash. Stella, my darling companion, are you all right? Ugh. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Oh no, that poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. Oh, it's still alive. Oh, I have chickens of my own, so this just makes me feel sad. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite out of it if you won't stop her. I would never. Something about this bird don't smell right. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She squirms against her harness. Why am I alive? This poor little chicken's eyes look up at you, glazed over but still rolling around in their sockets, with unfortunate life. Looks like what Stella slipped on. The wing is barely still attached. Oh. Oh. At first, you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut and the growth pushing beneath. Having investigated to your heart's content, you turn away to give Stella room to film. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she's definitely got some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there much can be done for her at this point. Jeez, I'm gonna have to put some massive content warnings for this video. Oh, that's creepy. Hey, do you hear that? There's something out there calling all around us. I can smell it. There's so many of them. What in Sam Hill are you two doing here? Didn't I tell you to... Birdie? Oh, Birdie, what's wrong, darling? What did y'all see what did this to her? We caught a glimpse of something earlier, and then we chased after it, and it brought us here. Whatever did this to her, I think we can hear them in the trees. Put that camera away. I don't want to be another one of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurting. Dude, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer. You stay away from my Stella, you mongrels. Ooh. Dude, don't shoot them. We don't know what will happen. You hear that, Stella? That ain't the same as something peace like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, you, whatever your name is. Grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. Oh. Oh, this is getting fun. I can feel that white hot rage from earlier starting to wash back over me. I'm going after him. As a creature in the tree line is louder and more numerous, Gretchen finally strains against her harness. Oh no. I'm going for it. I don't blame him, but I think my first thought would be Gretchen. Gretchen to your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. Ew! No! You hear a body hit the ground, and then quiet as chaos fades, the sounds of nature creep back in. Gretchen, Marcy, Duke, are you alright? I'm just glad we're not dead. Yeah. Not being dead is good. What happened? Did I lose myself again? I apologize for being so easily shaken up. I'll do better. Gretchen! Here, I'll take her, my poor little pup. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke, Oh, I don't know if y'all could see this. Oh, that's really bad. Ah! I hope I don't get got for this on TikTok. Oh my god, Duke, what do we do now? What are we supposed to do? Oh no! Oh no! Get more on camera. I would think get more on camera. That's kind of what I'm going with. Isn't this what you've been searching for? Those things out there are real. We should go after them. What happened to Duke? Is something wrong with him? Why won't he get up? Yeah, you're right. We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Lead the way. Looks like Duke managed to tag one of them before he, we should be able to follow that blood trail. Let's go while it's still fresh. Oh, that's creepy, but this is so cool. As you and Stella push through the woods, the unearthly sounds begin to surround you. They're everywhere! I smell something terribly foul, like a pile of rancid meat. Oh, I don't like that one. I think we're almost there. The trees are starting to thin out. Oh. The shrieks pull back into the steady whispers as you and Stella stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dying animals. The stinking realization pulls your gut. This is their nest and you are surrounded. What is this horrible place? We need to get out of here. Where are those swelling? All the animals have them. Or had them. Oh, that's so creepy. Why aren't they attacking us? I have no idea, but I think we have enough footage. Let's get the hell away from this nest before they change their tune. Oh, creepy! Just as you follow Stella into a mad dash through the woods, this is so to do the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest in the highest branches of the trees and down to the forest floor. You're all around you, casually keeping pace with your all-out sprint. We're almost there. As you and Stella reach the main road, the cries of the creatures fade into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they stopped following us. I certainly can't smell that stench anymore. I should get the reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. Feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. 13 text messages. Oh. Yeah. I try to call Tabitha back, but it goes straight to voicemail. Text her that you're okay. Your message sits unread. Yikes, Tabitha's blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. But first things first, let's call the police. Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl. It's Stella Richmond. I'm up in the mountains on Gina Trail. Oh my gosh, what is up with all these words? Duke is unalived, Earl. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Earl, who's gonna tell Bo? I guess now we wait. Hugby! It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers, Sheriff Hugby and a friend, an older man, and a deputy of Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being in the middle of the night. See, right there, a thing jumps out of the woods and then the shotgun goes off. What in Sam Hill? What was that? Some kind of Pillsbury doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. As the video reveals the creature's nest, Franklin ever so slightly lowers his sunglasses. Or a whole bunch of naked maniacs. What the heck is that? Some sort of crop circle? They unalived Duke. Uh-huh. Now we're going to have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind, for evidence. But hey. Okay, let me just turn it off and save the battery. Stella gave into the request suspiciously easy. There you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We get a team out there in the morning and retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I... Please call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you. Who are you exactly? Oh, that's Marchie. She came to town today for the funeral. Marchie, as in... Tabitha's cousin, yeah. I didn't think you'd actually show. We'll escort you both back from town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't be walking on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind, why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a... unalive body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the What kind of cops are these? We only have skeleton crew at the moment, okay? But still, you're out here right now. I feel like that's kind of... Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling night. Oh! We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. If you kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? Can we just walk? Those creatures left. We'll be fine. I'm afraid we're going to have to insist for your own safety. Okay. Thank you. You can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. But what about Stella? She hates being in those wheeled contraptions. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. Aw. The cops usher you and Stella into the back of their squad car. You are just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Hugby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretches across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. For such a gregarious person, Stella is unusually quiet as the car makes its way down to the pitch-black mountain road. Oh, my poor Stella. Neither one of us much likes these awful metal beasts, but if only I was able to comfort her and found this old man who reeks of coffee for keeping us apart. Hey, Stella, you good? She doesn't respond. Reach out and rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at your touch, but you can feel some of her tension ease, and you hear her let out a soothing sigh. I don't think Stella's okay back here, fellas. I'm sure it's just a little car sickness. She'll be alright. It's raining once we get back to the town hill. Oh, she'd best not try to hurl in the meantime. We wouldn't want Franklin here to have to work late cleaning the Look, we can work late cleaning the squad car, but let's leave the unalived body in the woods. Yes, that's... We're only a few minutes away now. Y'all had better keep it together until then. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have this all sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name is. Marshy. Sure. You're in town for the funeral. Good. But don't you leave before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Goodbye, Gretchy. And y'all have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you any trouble, you know how to get in touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Holy crap. I hope you don't mind me asking, but why on earth did you want to walk home? I just don't like cars, is all. They're rolling death machines, if you ask me. I'm gonna say she probably lost her parents in a car accident. Sorry if I weirded you out. What a night. They seemed a little blasé about a man's unalive. I can't believe they're waiting until morning to even start looking for him. But who knows what those things could be doing to his body right now. I believe that they're well intentioned, if in over their heads. And what's worse is I think they implied that you're a suspect even after we showed them all the footage. Even the nest. They have to pin it on somebody. They're cops. Their whole job is to pin it on somebody, so of course they picked the out-of-towner. Here's to hoping that footage clears my name. Yeah, no kidding. But it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. Nor will I. Though I have a little understanding of police work. I was there. I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And it won't get to that point either because we're gonna do a little investigating of our own. We gotta find more about those things, and if we get clearer footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids, and they had never come across anything like this. Ooh. Ooh. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mom. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. He silently follows Stella back to town. I think I'm gonna stop it right here, because I think this is a pretty good stopping point, at least right before we meet Stella's friend's mom. So I want to go ahead and thank y'all for coming in and listening. If you joined for a little bit and just chatted for a bit, I'm just glad to have you here. Hope you enjoy where this takes us next. Woo! I'm actually so pumped for this. There we go. I'm like so incredibly psyched for this. This is gonna be so cool. All right.